Excellent. Hello and welcome to this video. This video is on, we're going to talk about food or exercise. So in midlife, when what used to work doesn't work anymore, going through the midlife change and beyond, should you exercise more to lose the weight? Is it all about what you eat? Or do you need to do a combination of both? What works best? Etc. That's what we're talking about in this video. So welcome. If you are new to watching me, hello, let me know below. Let me know. I'd like to say hello to you and welcome to my group. Hello, Michelle. And also, if you're watching this on YouTube, I have a really amazing free Facebook group for women over 40 called Women Creating Healthy Lives. The link is in the description. Come and join us. If you're watching this in my Facebook group, I have almost or over 800 videos on YouTube. I've been doing this since 2011. I've been on YouTube. So check out my videos there. There's lots of recipe videos, old ones, when I was doing raw food. And then, of course, a lot of the live videos from Facebook go onto my YouTube, but also there's lots of other YouTube videos from years gone past when there was no Facebook Lives. So there's so much there. And of course, Instagram, it's Diana Marchand 50. And website is dianamarchand.com. Okay, let's get going on this topic. And feel free to ask me questions. Hello, those watching the live. Let me know you've watched. Even if you're watching the replay, say hello, because I'd love to know that you've watched. And feel free to ask questions. I know not everybody can attend live, so sometimes it's like you're watching the replay. But I do check it. Let me just let them know in the group I am on live, so come and watch. How is your day going? Okay. So for people who don't know me too well, I've always been into health and wellness. So I've been working out. I started at a fitness center when I was the age of 16 years old. It was the first fitness center that included women in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. That's where I'm from. There was nothing like it. So it was the very beginning of the fitness industry. So at 16, I was hired on, and I really started working out a lot with weights by the age of 19. And then I became a personal trainer. I'm also a yoga instructor. Hi, Stephanie. I've also been into raw food. So I got in midlife, I got more into, I needed to lose weight. And what used to work doesn't work anymore. So even though I was really into fitness and I was working out like crazy in my 40s, when I began to go through the midlife phase, all of a sudden I was gaining weight. My workouts were still the same. I was actually a personal trainer who worked out with my clients. So it was a one-on-one studio. I also did adventure racing. So I was kayaking, mountain biking, mountain running, plus working out with weights. Yes, that's what I was doing. Super fit, best shape of my life, my 30s and early 40s. And then the midlife change happened. And at first it was symptoms of like memory loss, confusion, and not being able to focus, really tired, exhaustion. I ended up in adrenal fatigue. Those types of symptoms started happening and I wasn't sure what was going on. Hi, Michelle, welcome. I wasn't sure what was going on. And so that led me into, oh my God, if I'm been really fit and I was able to eat all the things I was eating, why now am I gaining weight in the belly and nothing's helping? And why do I have these weird symptoms? It felt like I was becoming a different person. It felt like my life was falling apart. It felt like my body was falling apart. My digestion got really bad. I had acid reflux. I became super tired and exhausted. That was adrenal fatigue. Didn't know. Like all these emotional ups and downs that were crazy. Anxiety for the first time in my life. So it was a crazy roller coaster ride. Now, the thing about, as you can see, I was exercising like crazy in that phase of my life. What I didn't realize, and what most people I would say don't realize, is that exercise is stress on your body. Even though it's a good stress, it is stress. When you're going through the midlife phase, your body's already then put into more stress. The hormones are fluctuating. I'm just trying to find the video. Oh, here I am. I'm in the right group. Okay. Your hormones are fluctuating, which causes more stress in your body. One hormone, change in one hormone, causes a change in another hormone. They're like dominoes, right? One affects the other, affects the other, affects the other, affects the other. So pretty soon you may have one hormone really out of balance, right? And then that affects so many other hormones. So it affects your sleep. It affects your emotions. It affects your weight. It affects how you digest your food. It affects your brain, how you think, feeling foggy, hard to concentrate, all of the anxiety, all of those things, right? So all of these things are affected because your body's in flux, which, yes, is kind of normal, but it doesn't have to be that bad, because we, at that point, women nowadays don't know what to do to balance their body, right? You don't know what to do to bring it back into balance. So if you're not doing the right things, it's not going to come back into better balance. If you say to yourself, oh my God, I'm tired. I'm gaining weight. Ooh, I think I'm eating healthy. I got to exercise like crazy. I got to take a boot camp. I got to go exercise. I got to lose weight. I got to start running, right? All those things are quite natural. We're like, yeah, that's what you would probably think you need to do in this midlife phase, right? I got to lose weight. So that's what you go to do, because that's what many personal trainers will tell you. Many women in their 20s and 30s will tell you that, because that's what works. But when you're in this midlife phase, that doesn't work. It backfires on you. Okay. So when you are in this phase, the first number one thing to work on is food. Second, stress reduction. Third, exercise. That may seem really weird for some people. Now, there's some people who love exercise, who hate exercise, and they're like, good, I can put that off for a while. Whoo, thank God. And then there's people who were like me, who were like, what do you mean? I exercise all the time. It's my identity, it's how I keep my muscles. It's how I keep my body shape. It's my personal life. It's my, what do you call it? Yeah, I guess your personal life, that's where your friends are. I used to mountain bike and kayak and do all that. That was my life. Like, what happens when I take that away? So it could be part of your identity, and it's something like, no, I need exercise for my mental health. You can still exercise, let's say, okay? It is about what type of exercising you do. And what type of exercise you do is determined by what phase of menopause, perimenopause you are in, and whether you are maybe in adrenal fatigue, not finding it hard to sleep, right? What symptoms you are having. That's what determines your exercise. So that's why I don't talk a lot about, I can't help people in a generic form in this group. I can help you when you come to work with me as one-on-one, or when you're in one of my programs, because I get to know you specifically. Then I can help you with what type of workout to do, or whether you need to back off your workouts. Okay. So what I really do recommend is food first. If the food and stress reduction, if the food is not in alignment for what's right for you during this phase of life, you will not lose the weight. And also, you won't be feeding and fueling your glands that produce the hormones the right food. So then your glands will not be functioning properly. So your body will not be able to come back into better balance. See what I mean? It's all about bringing your body into better balance. That includes body, mind, and soul. It is not just about what you eat. It is not just about exercise. And it is not just about stress reduction or mindset, which is a big part of it too. But it really takes the whole you. Now, stress, some people say, well, working out isn't really stress. It's how I release stress. Mentally, that's right for you. So when you do a workout, mentally, you feel, oh my God, I just released stress, because you moved your body, you moved the energy. So when we get stressed, when we get uptight, when we get all in our head and anxiety and anxious, right? We're all up here. When we physically do something with our body, and that's eating too, emotional eating, stress eating, it brings us back into our body. We feel our body. So exercise, eating helps us to feel our body. That brings us into our body, which is more grounding. Gets you out of your head, out of that hyper stress mode, anxious thinking mode. So that's why both of those things help you, like mentally, psychologically, right? But you got to know, okay, so what type of exercise then? So if a person's really tired, like they're like, oh my God, I don't sleep well. I wake up in the morning exhausted. It's hard to make it through the day. Really check out adrenal fatigue. Don't go to your regular doctor. They don't understand it. You would see a naturopath. Right, you can look up at adrenal fatigue and see if that's something that's what you might have. There's also thyroid problems, and adrenal fatigue problems can lead, and often do lead, to thyroid problems, which causes more tiredness, okay? So, and weight gain. So if you're in that stage where you're like perimenopause, you might still be getting your period. There's a lot of symptoms you're dealing with. Your body's going through a big change, and you're trying to exercise like crazy. That's probably going to backfire, because that is added stress to your body. That is too much. You're putting too much demands on your physical body. Too much. So you need to back off, because your body will stay in a hyper state of fight or flight, just surviving, pumping out energy, pumping out energy, pumping out energy, because your demands of the energy are so strong. Because exercise, you need energy, right? Instead, if you're in that state and you're gaining belly fat and you're tired and you got a lot of symptoms and you're not feeling well, and you start with eating right, and you work on, like, you can take a walk in nature. So you can still move your body. You can go walk your dog. You can do yoga. Things like that are not exerting your body, not taking you out of breath, right? Now, they won't help you in a way. They don't really help you lose weight in a way, but they may, because what can happen is when you decrease the stress in your body will then be able to release some weight. It won't release weight if your body is in a state of stress, because it sees it as survival. This person's in trouble. They're in danger, right? So when your body's in danger, when it feels you're in danger, it slows down systems like weight loss, digestion, detoxification, and hormonal production. So it slows down those systems. So then it blunts hormone production. It slows down detoxification of your body. You will not lose weight. It holds on to weight when you're under stress consistently. And what else did I say? Yeah, those things. So when it blunts hormone production, it's like, okay, we don't have extra energy, so we cannot perform certain tasks. Hormone production are not life or death right now. You just get by on this certain hormone production, not all of them. So we can slow that right down. So therefore, your hormones are being decreased. You're getting put into more of an imbalance instead of bringing it into better balance. So you need to feed, fuel, and nourish your body. Supplements, secret powders, the right types of foods, that right? And you need to decrease the stress. So sometimes you need to stop exercising completely. You need to take more time for you. Start saying no. You might need to take time off work. You might need to work less. You might need to decrease your hours. You might need to change your job. You might need to find new friends. You might need to leave your relationship. You know what I mean? On and on. There's a lot of things that can happen in this phase of life, because your body is saying, this is too much for me. You're doing too much and I can't handle it. So I'm going to start to break down. Because when your body's systems slow down or shut down, your body begins to break down. And so this is what can go on. It's pretty crazy. It wasn't always this way. It wasn't meant to be this way. Our body's supposed to produce the hormones naturally. As our ovaries produce less, the adrenal glands are meant to help produce the hormones. The other hormones, kind of catch up, kind of balance. You're not going to go right back to your 30s, That's not going to happen. But it's meant to kind of keep you in balance, right? Kind of keep you balanced. So different cultures don't have, or never used to have, these menopause symptoms. And hundreds of years ago, you might have heard women talk about hot flashes, but really that's it. Because they did not have the kind of stressors we have in our life right now. And the stressors can include pollution, too much exercise, not enough sleep, too much demand on us from our work situation, taking care of elderly parents, when you're working full-time, trying to manage your home, trying to manage everything in your life, still have kids living at home when usually most women our age did not, right? So there's a lot more demands, which puts way more stress on your life. That's why things get out of hand. So exercising on top of that is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to make things far worse. But there is a time when, of course, exercising and the right type of exercising work. So if you are somebody who's semi-retired or retired, right? And you're like, yeah, my kids have moved away from home. I'm going through the midlife phase. My husband works, but I kind of work only a couple days a week. I go to yoga. I love my life. I eat really healthy, right? If that's how you're going through this midlife phase, you're probably pretty good. So then by doing the right kind of exercising, which is more HIIT, like high intensity, low intensity, high intensity, low intensity, or with weights, weight training, weight bearing exercises, you could end up in the best shape of your life. You truly could. Some women do. Some women, when they have time to themselves now in this midlife phase, some take up art, some take up bodybuilding, some take up exercising, riding a bike, doing marathons, all these types of things, right? Because their life, they live a healthy life, body, mind, and soul, right? They're not cramming, trying to work 80 hours a week, trying to take care of parents, to have kids at home. Husband works full time, they work full time, trying to cook everything, trying to do everything, eating fast food, eating packaged food, not eating at all, drinking too much coffee, not drinking any water. All of that stuff will keep you way out of balance. And that's kind of the way society is right now, right? Which is crazy. The demands on the women are too much. We've never had this before, and it is affecting women's health and mental state of being. There are more women in midlife on antidepressants than anybody else, and then more than anybody before, right? Because doctors also don't know what to do with you. They don't understand hormonal imbalance. They're not taught it at all. They're not taught nutrition. The only advice they're taught to give you are, here's some synthetic hormones, will cover up your symptoms. Take them, you'll feel better, but unfortunately you get bloated and you gain weight and you feel worse. Although your hot flashes end, right? So, that's a heavy load to think about here. Does anybody have any questions? Say hello. Let me know who's watching. I see 5 people on. Say hello. If you're watching YouTube too, also let me know you watch. Give me a thumbs up or something. It helps my reach. It helps my channel. It helps us on Facebook, so you get to see my videos if you comment and you say hello or you ask questions. Otherwise, you may not see my videos too easily, right? So, do we have any comments or questions? Now, one thing people don't realize is they are eating things that are actually very well might cause weight gain, like in midlife, which could be oatmeal, bananas, fruit on its own, grapes on their own. Whew, that's pure sugar, that's pure fat, let me tell you that much. Potatoes, pastas, even gluten-free bread, all of those types of things. Starchy carbohydrates during this midlife phase cause weight gain. It doesn't matter if oatmeal is healthy for you. It doesn't matter if it's high in fiber. It still causes weight gain during this phase of life. What you need are foods very high in minerals, which are high alkaline foods, which help your body detoxify, decrease inflammation, give you more energy. And that's why I talk a lot about super powders, some really good superfoods, and a lot more vegetables and greens, which seems so simple, right? It's like, what are you talking about? That's so boring. Like, that's not it at all. Well, that is it. That is it. That is it. We just overcomplicate things. People overcomplicate eating healthy, right? You know how to eat healthy, I think. For a lot of people, they just really may not want to do it or think that's going to be too hard or that's going to be boring. It's also because you may not have the good recipes, right? But there are some certain rules. So any comments, questions? I don't see any comments or stuff. Can you guys comment so I can tell that the comments are working? Because right now there's nothing. So say hello. Oh my goodness. Whew. Oh, I know this happens sometimes. Oh, hi, Cindy. Perfect. Thank you, Cindy. Anybody else I want to see? Yes, say hello. Don't be scared. Ask questions. I'm here to answer your questions too. I'm here to help you through this. Let me know. Let me know. Do you have questions on exercise? Do you have questions on food? Do you have questions on what? Anything. I have fantastic program called Midlife Reset, the best. Women in that program, it was 6 weeks. We went longer. The first time I ran it, we went longer. So they lost 12, 18, 16 pounds, some women. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for commenting. And, you know, it's the best you can do. The best, like I said, you start with the foods. You got to know like which foods include way more of, which foods just start decreasing, which foods are actually causing the weight gain in midlife, which foods are helping will help your body detoxify and release the weight. Also, we work on mindset, stress reduction, and if you need help with exercise, I'm there for you to let you know what kind for you during this phase of life and where you're at. That is Midlife Reset, dianamarchand.com/midlife-reset. $497 right now, special price until there's a date on my website. The special price, then it's going to go to $597, and then there'll be another price increase to $697. So make sure to get that program. If you're somebody who's like, you know what, I need help with all of this because I really sometimes you may know the information, but you don't follow it yourself. You're like on again, off again. You have the excuses. They come and you're like, there's no one to hold you accountable. You're doing some of it sometimes, then you're forgetting, then you're off again, then you're trying something new, then you're listening to someone else and what they're saying isn't right for this phase of life. So it can be very confusing, but it's not hard. It's actually quite easy once you become surrounded by a group of women who are going through the same thing. We encourage each other, cheer each other on. You post your foods. I see what it's in a Facebook group, and then we do live Zoom videos where I do coaching to each person who's on the Zoom. So you get specific coaching for you during this Midlife Reset program. It starts September, I think 18th, but we're going to do a pre-start. So it's going to start a little bit early. For those who are in early, you get September 13th. If you're in early, we're going to start September 8th. So you'll get almost a week before the program starts to be in it. So you get extra time. Those who sign up early get extra time in my programs. That's the thing. Hi, yes, Wendy, for sure. This is about exercising and yeast extract. Oh, you mean nutritional yeast, I think it is what you're saying. It's possible, Wendy. Some people, you know, nutritional yeast is definitely, it's a food, and certain foods don't agree with everybody, right? When I was in perimenopause, all cooked starches caused acid reflux, and they still do for me. If I have lentils, I get acid reflux. If I have soup with beans in it, I get acid reflux. But it goes away as soon as I stop eating that stuff. So we also have these things that can happen to us during this phase of life that are because foods react differently within our body. So like I was saying, when I was in perimenopause, I couldn't eat a lot of cooked starches. Not only were they causing the weight gain, but they were causing really bad digestive upsets, really bad bloating, and food combining. Food combining is so important for your health, not only for this phase of life and feeling good and decreasing bloating and irritation and tired, can make you tired, improper food combining. When you learn proper food combining, that is better for your overall health, period. And the restaurants and the cooking shows and what we're taught is bad food combining. Because we're taught meat, starch, vegetable. Those meat and starch should never be eaten at the same time. Do you guys have any questions? You're so quiet. 5 people on here. I know you got some questions. I know there's something you want to know. I know there's something you're dealing with. Let me know. Okay. Anything else, ladies? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Nothing else? Did I answer some of your questions? Do you have a better understanding now of how this works? If you're just jumping on, watch from the very beginning. I know I talk fast, but I had a lot to say on this topic, but I think I covered everything really well. And if you have any questions, just post them in the comment. I do one-on-one coaching too, so feel free to reach out for me. I have a special on one-on-one coaching right now, and that's going to go up this weekend. Okay, so that special on one-on-one coaching, it's going to go up $100 to $200 after this weekend. So if you want some one-on-one time with me, right now I have it as a really special price. And then, like I said, the Midlife Reset program is on for $497 right now. Okay, so much love to you, ladies. Have an absolutely amazing evening. Go eat something healthy. Be good to yourselves.